Yogis, welcome back to Hatha Yoga. So for today's class, we're going to be working on a nice hip opening sequence. So for today, we're going to need a couple of blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap handy, you can grab onto a belt or really any kind of rope. And if you don't have blocks, you can use a heavy book or some kind of object that's in the same shape. So when you're ready, grab all your stuff and meet me on your mat. We're going to start off today on our backs in Shavasana, taking a minute here to get settled in before we start moving. So take those feet hip width or mat width apart. Let the toes fall out to the sides. Arms are about 6 to 8 inches away from the body. Close the eyes or keep them light. Take a moment and observe how the body is feeling today. That we come to our mat to take care of ourselves and to move in a way that feels good. So listening to your body and what it's telling you today. So if you're tired, if you're a little stiff, take it slower. And if the body is feeling good and energetic, then coming to the full expression of a pose or just making it your own. To also get the most out of this practice, let's connect to the present moment by shifting our awareness to the breath. Start by just observing the breath. Slowly start to deepen the breath, lengthening your inhales and exhales. Just enough so that you feel this expansion in the rib cage and in the belly. The body just starts to soften. Mind quiets down by simply drawing our awareness inwards. Slowly start to bring a little bit of life back into your body. Give your head a little rock from side to side. Move your your fingers and your toes. Then reach the arms overhead, point the toes forward, give yourself a nice big stretch. And slowly bend the knees and draw them into the chest. Bring the hands behind the knees. Take the knees nice and wide into a modified happy baby. Take a little rock from side to side. And from here, bring those knees back into the chest. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Take those feet hip width apart. We're going to lift the left leg up towards the sky and hook the left ankle onto the right knee. Pressing that left knee away from the torso. Right leg comes up to 90 degrees. Flex the feet. And you're going to grab on behind the left thigh. Now we want to keep this left hip open, so you're going to use that left elbow, press it into the left thigh, so you keep that leg open. And then from here, lower the head and shoulders back down to the mat. Keep the feet flexed, and keep drawing the right leg in towards the torso, and the left leg away. Slowly release the right leg back down to the mat. Take those arms to a T formation. Slowly let the legs fall to the left. Roll onto that left hip. Legs back to center. Extend the left leg up towards the sky and bring that left foot back down. Right leg reaches up for the sky. Hook the right ankle over top the left knee. And then bring the left leg to 90 degrees. Grab on behind that left thigh. Press the right elbow into the right thigh. And lower the head and shoulders down to the mat. Flex both feet. Slowly bring the left foot back down to the mat. Arms come out to a T formation. Let the legs fall to the right. Bring the legs back to center. Extend the right leg up towards the sky and place the sole of the foot back down to the mat. From here, draw the knees into the chest. Let's take a few rocks forward and back. And come up into a cross-legged position. Alright, let's bring the right shin forward first in front of the left. And then from here, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward any amount. Take a little rock from side to side in your seat. I like to say, if you find a sticky spot, so you know you're like, ooh, That feels really good. Stay there. Take a few breaths. Bring the torso to center. Soften through the hips. Let the upper body feel heavy. Nice and slow. Make your way back up to seated. Let's switch out to those legs. So bring the left shin forward this time. Again, sitting in a cross-legged position. Sit up nice and tall. Reach the arms up. And as you exhale, lead with the chest. Fold forward. Rock from side to side. So to center, take a few breaths. Use your exhales as an opportunity to soften the muscles, to melt into every pose. Slowly press back up to seated. From here, reach the arms up. Drop the right hand down to the mat. Reach up and over with the left hand. Keep a nice soft bend into the elbow. Bring the gaze up towards the sky to the inside of the bicep. Press the left hip down towards the ground. Opening from the hip all the way up to the shoulder. On your next inhalation, come back through center. And as you exhale, drop your left hand and reach that right arm up and over. Keep that bottom elbow nice and soft. Keep the right sit bone down and bring the gaze up towards the sky to the inside of the right bicep. Deep through the side body. And then slowly come back to center. Bring the hands down to the mat. Sweep those legs around. Coming into table. Let's take a few cat-cows here. So as you inhale, drop your belly, tilt the tailbone up. And as you exhale, curl round the back, tuck the chin in. Inhale, rock forward, shine the heart. Exhale, scoop the belly, round the back, press the ground away. Take a few more here at your own pace. So your breath will tell you when it's time to move. Slowly make your way back into a neutral table. Let's tuck the toes under and find our first downward dog.
out your feet here like you're walking, bending one knee and then the other. Shift into the shoulders. Give the head a little shake. No. A little shake. Yes. Oh, release any tension you're holding. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Now looking at the hands, walk to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold. Now bend into the knees, bring the chest onto the thighs as you look forward into this little squat. And as you exhale, keep the belly as close as you can to the thighs. Lift the hips up. Inhale, bend into the knees, find that little squat. Exhale, lift the hips. Let's do this a couple more times. Move at your own pace. Last one. Look forward as you inhale. And exhale, lift the hips up. Now bring the hands to the shins. Find a halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale, fold. Bend into the knees. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And bring the hands to heart center. Find your mountain pose. Feet are going to be hip width apart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Arms to the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Come up to a halfway lift. Plant the hands, step the left foot back. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Reach the arms up. Sink the hips forward so you find a nice bend through your right knee and an opening through that left hip flexor. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Now look at the hands. Walk to the top of your mat. As you inhale, bend into the knees. Find that little squat. Exhale, lift the hips up. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, lift it up. One more time, let's open up the back of the legs, look forward. Exhale, lift the hips up. Now hands to the shins, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Bend into those knees, reach the arms all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center. Find your way back into your mountain pose. Roll those shoulders back, open the chest. Reach up. As you exhale, swan dive to the mat. Flat back. Plant the hands, step the right foot back. Drop that right knee down to the mat. So we get a nice 90-degree bend through that front knee. Arms reach up and sink the hips forward. Having a nice bend through the left knee. So as you press those hips forward, start to feel this opening through the hip flexor and through that right side. Bring the hands down to the mat. And let's find our way back to downward facing dog. From here, drop down to the knees. Take those knees mat width apart, big toes to touch. Sink it back into a child's pose, but let's keep this one active. So reach the fingertips forward so that the elbows stay off of the mat. Sink the belly between the thighs. Now from here, I want you to walk your hands to the right. So walk them as far to the right as you can. And then bring that left shoulder down. Press the left hip back towards the heels. Hands walk back to center. Take a full breath in. Exhale, walk the hands to the left. Draw that right shoulder down. Hips are still reaching for the heels. Nice deep breath through the side body. And slowly walk the hands back to center. Roll onto the hands and knees into table. From here, just grabbing onto your block, placing one about mid-mat so that it's easily accessible. Alright, let's find our way back to that downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. If it doesn't make it there, inch it forward so you get that 90-degree bend. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Reach the arms up. Now keep the torso over top of the hips. From here, bring that right hand down. We're going to reach the left arm up and over. So maybe those right fingertips just come down to the leg or make it down to the ground. And bring it back to center. This time, block comes in line with that left hip, just a little to the side. Reach the right arm up, and then reach it over to the left. Place your left hand onto that block for support. Press those hips out to the right. And slowly bring it back to center. Bring that block with you. From here, let's bring the hands forward. Toe heel your left foot out so that it's to the edge of the mat. So hands can come onto the block or onto the ground here in our high dragon. So we're sinking into those hips a little bit deeper. Now, this is where the block comes in handy. We've got lots of different heights on this block. So you can bring your forearms onto the highest height. You can bring it onto medium or even low, or make it all the way down to your mat. Just listening where your hips are telling you feels comfortable. So for me today, I'm feeling a little tight. I'm going to place it on the medium setting. So the foot is on the ground here. Squeeze the left knee in towards the midline. So squeeze it towards the body. Don't let it open. We're not there yet. Okay, now I want you to bring the hands down to the mat or to that block for extra height here. Now, bring those left toes to 45-degree angle. And we're going to dorsiflex the feet. What does that mean? We're lifting the toes up towards the sky. What's this going to do? When we flex the foot, it blocks and protects the ankle. Bring your left hand to the left thigh and just gently press the thigh away. So you're trying to straighten that arm a little bit, and you'll notice the sole of the foot starts to show. So that's why we're flexing the foot to lock that ankle. Bring the gaze to the left. Slowly let the leg come back to center. Place the block off to the side. We'll need it in a minute for the other side. Bring both hands down. Toe heel the left foot to center. Tuck the toes. Find downward facing dog and walk it out here. Now right leg reaches up to the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Reach your arms up. Left hand comes down to the side. Reach the right arm up and over. And then come back to center. Grab onto that block. Place it to the outside of the right hip. Again, body stacked over top the hips here. Right hand makes it down to the block. Left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, reach the left hand to the right. Press the hips out to the left. Breathe deep in through that side body. And then bring the arms to center, bring the block with it. And bring that block all the way forward to the top of your mat. Toe heel the right foot out to the outside edge of the mat. Both hands come to center. Take a moment, stay here. So starting off in our high dragon, just to let the body ease into it. And then from here, deciding where does the body want to go today? Do we want to stay in our high dragon? Do we want to come into our low dragon? So finding whichever height feels good for you on this side. Draw the knee in towards the midline of the body, so don't let it fall out to the side. Squeeze the knee in. Couple more breaths here. Bring the hands back down onto the mat or onto the block. Bring those right toes out to a 45-degree angle. And again, flex the toes. So dorsiflex the toes. Right hand comes onto the right thigh. And you're going to press it open. And then release. The leg come back to center. Place the hand down. Toe heel the foot to center. Place the block off to the side. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. Bend the knees. Straighten them. Now look at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, reach the arms all the way up for the sky. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Find your halfway lift, shifting the weight into your toes. Plant the hands, step your left foot back. Bring it parallel to the short edge of your mat. So, from here, bend through that front right knee. Reach the arms up, warrior two. Toes are going to be slightly tucked inwards here, so it's not completely parallel to the short edge of our mat. This allows us to bring that heel, create an anchor there, and grip through the outside edge of the back foot. Front knee is tracking over the second and third toes, so press that knee out to the side, open the hips, and then we're gonna
bring those sit bones forward. So think of zipping up some tight pants. So we're lifting up through the lower abdomen. Gaze comes over your second and third finger. Let's move here a little bit. Flip the right palm over, reach it behind you. And as you exhale, come back to center. Inhale, find an extended side angle. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Let's do this 2 more times. Exalted warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, reach it back. And back to center. Final side angle here. And warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat. And make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. And look at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees. Reach the arms all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Now from here, feet are going to be hip width apart. We're going to open the left knee out to the side. And then you can place the foot wherever is most comfortable for you and your balance. So if balance is a little tricky, you can go against the wall, brings a few fingers onto the wall, or you can keep the toes onto the mat and just bring the heel in. Or else you can bring it to the calf or all the way into the inner thigh. So from here, bring the hands to heart center, keep those hips open. Find your point of focus, so something that's not moving in the room. Reach the arms open, spread the fingers wide into your tree. Press through that bottom foot, grow an inch taller. And bring the hands back to heart center. Left knee comes forward, extend the leg straight. Bring it down, shake it out. Alright, right side. Firmly root into your left foot. Open the right knee out to the right. Place the foot again wherever is most comfortable for you. So, for me, I got slippery pants. So, I like to place it to my calf. Hands come to heart center. Find your point of focus. And then when you're ready, open those arms, spread the fingers wide. Press through the sole of that bottom foot, grow tall. And bring the hands back to heart center. Knee comes forward, extend the leg out. And bring it down, give it a shake. Okay, let's come back into that mountain pose. So feet are hip width apart. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Full breath and reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back. Plant the hands, step the right foot back, and bring that right foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Lift the arms up, warrior two. So again, the heel is the furthest away. Toes are slightly tucked inwards. Left knee this time is tracking over that second and third toe. So you want to press it out to the side. You're going to start to feel that left glute come online. Sink it down. Gather those sit bones. Tuck those bottom abdominals in. Flip the left palm over. As you inhale, find exalted warrior. And as you exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Let's do this 2 more times. Flip it back, reach it back. And come through center. Reach it forward. And come back. Last one. Exalted warrior. Back to warrior two. Extended side angle. And come back. Straighten the front leg. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Now let's inhale the left leg up towards the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Bring your back foot to a 45-degree angle. And make sure one foot is not behind the other. So look back. You want to make sure those feet are going to be hip width apart. From here, reach the arms up. Warrior one. So why do we want those hips or those feet hip width apart? Because then this allows us to swivel those hips forward. So we're not wrenching and pulling into the hips and into the hip flexors. We want to make sure those joints last us our whole lifetime. So we have to be gentle. Okay, from here, straighten the front leg. Square yourself up to that front leg. And then lead with the chest. Fold forward any amount. Now, if your hands don't make it down to the mat, that's when these handy dandy blocks come in handy. So you can place the blocks off to the side. I want you to make sure that you're feeling this into the back of the hamstring, maybe even into the calf. If you feel it in the knee, you're going to bend the knee. And if you're like, you know what, I don't feel it, draw that left hip back, right hip forward a little bit. Swivel into the hips until you feel that opening through the back lines of the legs. And then stay there. Take some nice deep breaths. Soften into this pose. Slowly bend through the front knee. Place the blocks off to the side. We'll need them in a minute for the other side. Place the hands down onto the mat. Downward facing dog. And on your next inhalation, reach the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Bring the back foot to a 45-degree angle. Again, feet hip width apart here. Really important. Reach the arms up. Find your warrior one. Root down through that back heel. Root down through the tailbone. And then straighten your front leg. So come to face that front leg. And then lead with the chest. Fold forward. So if your hamstrings are really tight, you're going to have to take a bend into the knees. That's good. What we want to find here is that opening into the hamstrings. We'll loosen those up. Loosen the glutes up. Which also let go into the hips and into the lower back. More nice deep breaths here. And bend through the front knee. Place the blocks off to the side. Downward facing dog.
Now look at the hands, walk to the top of your mat. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Now take your feet at least a few fists apart. Toes are pointed out. Sink the hips down into our Malasana squat. So, elbows come to the inside of those knees, hands come to heart center. Press into the knees and sit up nice and tall. So you might have to take those feet a little bit wider. And then from here, we're going to come to seated, so you can simply just plop down onto your butt. Okay. So we're going to work a little bit into hip flexors. This is a bit of an awkward movement, but it's really going to loosen up those hip flexors that get tight and shorten up because we sit the majority of the day. So let's start off with the left shin forward. So similar to pigeon, we're going to bring the left knee in line with the left hip and then bring the shin parallel to the short edge of our mat. Now, as for the right leg, we're going to bring the right knee in line with the right hip and create that L shape with the back leg as well. So we got an L shape and a second L shape. So I'm squaring my torso up to the front of the mat. And then I'm going to fold forward over top of the left thigh. I'm trying to keep my torso parallel to the ground here. So fold forward any amount. Draw that right side down a little bit. Slowly walk the hands back towards the torso. Okay, so here comes that movement that seems a little awkward. Sometimes we're quite tight into the hip flexors. So just play around with this. So I'm going to bring my hands to heart center, just to place them there. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to twist to the right, trying to bring that right glute down towards the ground. And I'm going to twist to the right. And then from here, I'm going to twist forward. Bring my left hand down to the mat, press my hips up, release the hip flexor. So bring it back down. We're going to twist to the right, try to bring that right hip, right glute down. And then bring it forward, lift it up, release the hip flexor. Let's do this 2 more times. Bring it down, sink it back, and roll it forward. And release. Last one here. Twist to the right, sink that sit bone down. And then bring it forward. Lift up and release. Swing that right leg forward. And we'll do the other side. So, lean onto your right side. Right leg is going to come out of the right hip. Shin parallel to the short edge of your mat. And then left leg in line with that left hip and create that L shape once more. So from here, sit up nice and tall and then fold forward any amount. That back hip's gonna lift, that's okay. I want you to focus on that front leg and front outer hip. So walk forward, keep the body parallel to the ground. So this time we're bringing that left side body down. more breaths. And walk the hands back towards the torso. Okay, same movement here. So we're gonna lean back, twist to the left. Try to bring that left sit bone down to the ground. And then bring it forward. Right hand comes out to the side. Press the hips up. Press those hips forward. So lower it down. Twist it to the left. Shift the weight forward. Press up and lift. 2 more times. Lift it up. Last one. Sink it down. Try to bring that left sit bone, left glute down. And then bring it forward. Lift it up. Sit back down. Swing the legs around in front. Okay, from here, let's bring those legs nice and wide. As wide as is comfortable. Scoot your butt slightly forward. Reach the arms up. And fold forward any amount. Now, if you want to make this super relaxing, I like to create a little stack of blocks here so I can bring my forehead down onto my blocks and simply relax. So this is great, especially if your hips are quite tight like mine are today. So I'm just going to come up a little bit higher. Make sure you're not gripping into the groin, into the hip flexors, and into the jaw. So often when we tighten up into the hips, we tighten up into the upper body, the traps, and the jaw as well. So just bring the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, relax the jaw. Deepen the breath to soften. Slowly press up into the hands. Sit back up. From here, bring the hands to the inside of the knees. Let's bring those feet together. Scoot your bum forward a little bit so you shorten that diamond shape. Hands come to the sides of the body. Use the strength into your glutes, into your thighs here to press the knees down and grow tall. And then let's grab onto our block, place it in front of the feet, and bring the feet on top of the block. So we get a nice wide shape. So I'm going to make mine quite wide today. Hands can be to the top of the feet, or you can bring them underneath the legs as well. We're going to cocoon here in this forward fold. So take a nice deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, lead with the chest. Bring your body in between the legs. Tuck the chin in, round the back. And quite literally feel like you're cocooning yourself into this ball. And use some nice deep breathing here to soften the body. Accentuate this roundness of the spine.
to seated. Bring those feet off the block. Bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat and grab onto your strap. So slowly roll all the way down onto your backs. Oh, that feels really good. And then let's lift the left leg up towards the sky and place the strap around the ball of the foot, so it's not directly on the arch. If your hips are still feeling tight, you're going to keep the sole of the right foot down onto the mat. If you're feeling pretty nice and loose, straighten that leg, press through the sole of the right foot. Don't wrench the leg towards the torso here, just gently drawing it. Arms are still loose and dangling into the shoulder socket. Now grab onto the strap with only the left hand. Bring the right arm out to the side, palm facing down. You're going to bend the left elbow, and that left elbow is going to come down to the ground as you let the left leg fall to the left. Right hip stays down. So that left elbow is bent, so it's taking the brunt of the weight of the leg. Nice and slow. Bring it through center. Let's swap out the hands. So grab onto the strap with only the right hand. Left arm comes out to the side, palm facing down. And then pull the leg across the body, rolling onto the right hip. If you like, you can pull up on the strap a little bit. So you're going to feel a bit more of a stretch through the IT band. So if you do running, skiing, anything like that, this might feel like a nice stretch for you. Bring the leg back to center. Bend the left knee. You're going to bring the right knee into the chest and bring that right foot into the strap. Let's switch out those legs. So either left foot onto the ground or left leg straight. Grab onto the strap. Gently draw the leg in towards the torso. Grab onto the strap with only the right hand. So I like to wrap it around a little bit here. Bending through that right elbow, you're going to let the leg fall out to the right. Left arm comes out as a counterbalance. Again, bend that right elbow. So it's going to take most of the weight. Left hip is down. So if you want, you can use that left hand even to press the hip bone down. Bring the leg back to center. Let's swap out those hands. So grab onto the strap with only the left hand. Right arm comes out to the side, palm facing down. Roll onto the left hip. Draw the strap up a little bit. Slowly bring the leg back to center once more. Bend the knee, remove the strap, place it off to the side. Extend those legs long. Reach the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And then bring the arms to the sides. Take those feet mat width apart. Coming into a resting pose, Shavasana. So let those toes fall out to the side. Releasing the hips. Close the eyes. deepen the breath a little bit to bring both the mind and the body into that state of relaxation, where the mind is quiet and the body is soft. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Give your head a little rock from side to side. Reach your arms overhead. Reach your feet forward. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And slowly roll onto your right hand side. Slowly press yourself up into a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment thanking yourself for making it to your mat. I hope this practice leaves you feeling refreshed. Those hips feel nice and open. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.